everyone. It has been so long since I've been on YouTube. I'm on a maternity leave, so this is my second. I feel like a little more seasoned this time around. If you're new to my channel, I'm Sam, and I have a 2-month-old and a 4-year-old, and so this is my second time with a newborn. And my first time, I kept my uploading schedule, and I filmed at the hospital, I filmed my birth, I edited it all, and just kept up filming because I only had one child, and so when she was napping, newborns sleep a lot, it was easy to just keep going. This time around, I was like, I want the experience of just being, not keeping to an uploading schedule. So that's where I've been. I'm on Instagram, so if you want like daily updates, I'm doing like a breastfeeding elimination diet right now, so I post all about that. So follow me on Instagram. My baby just turned 2 months old, and while she's in this stage, I don't want to forget these products that have been so helpful. Some of them are amazing for helping with sleep, like she literally sleeps through the night. And then things for grooming, for skin issues, for like literally anything. I didn't want to forget like what we use daily. Like these are the essentials that you need. So let's talk about loungers. When you get home from the hospital, you want to know where to put your baby. Like when they're not in your arms or in your partner's arms, like where can they safely lounge? So the first thing that is an absolute must-have for me, it was with my first daughter, and now it is with my second. My second is currently in it right now, and that is a baby swing. Specifically one that looks like this, like not any of those fancy swings, like a swing that literally swings side to side with the thing that goes around, and she loves it. So in the beginning, when we first took her home from the hospital, she did not like it. She was 7 pounds. Once she got to 8 pounds, which was the following week, she was gaining weight very quickly. She still is. She's a big chunky baby now. But once she got to 8 pounds, love the swing. So sticking to the lounger department category, I should say, the second most used item we use is the baby Bjorn. I have it right here. So it's just like a lounger that they sit in. You can kind of bounce it with your foot or your hand, or they could just sit in it. You don't even have to bounce it. This is what comes in the bathroom with me when I'm doing my makeup, my hair, showering, making my bed. Like I literally, it's so lightweight. You just pick it up and bring it whatever room I'm in. If my daughter wants to play in our playroom or her bedroom, and I have baby too, that's how I'm able to take care of both of them. I'd be lost without the Bjorn. Like just like the swing, but the swing is stationary, like it can't move around the house. But my husband will be cooking dinner or outside by the pool, and he's bringing the Bjorn with him. Then I have the Boppy. So my husband uses this more than me. I know some people use this to breastfeed. I personally don't, but he wakes up with her in the morning so that I can sleep in. Her name is Eloise. She sits on the couch with him, and they just stare at each other. So they can kind of like sit upright and all her rolls, and she's just looking at him. So he'll put this on the couch with him. I will say I liked the old Boppy that was recalled better because it was like completely filled in, and it was just a better lounger that I had with my first, but it was recalled. And last but not least, this my friend gave me. I bought my own cover for it, but it's the Snuggle Me. This is also a lounger. I had the DockATot with Violet, my older daughter. Anyway, my friend was like, just take my Snuggle Me, you may need it. I would say I only use this in the very, very beginning. So is it worth it? Kind of, because you do need somewhere safe for them to just like lay and be confined, and when you get home from the hospital. So I will say now at 2 months, we're not using this at all, but I did use it the first month. Like literally the day she got home from the hospital, she didn't mind laying flat. So I just like put her in it, and she was like so little, and she was literally like how she was in my ultrasounds, like her little fists on her face, and she just laid in it. Now when I put her in this at 2 months, she cries because she doesn't want to be flat. Okay, so after loungers, the next thing that comes to mind for me is a play gym. So I had the Lovevery play gym with Violet, and I love it, but that one's really big, so I got a smaller one this time around. My sister actually bought me this one, and this is great for play, but this is also great for sleep. And hear me out. When Eloise first came home, she woke up every 10 minutes. Like the first night after the hospital, the first night in our house, woke up every 10 minutes. And I was like, I'm gonna die. You know, you're healing, you're so uncomfortable. I was on TikTok late at night, and I was reading that the more the babies are like laying in their play gym or like doing tummy time, just like really like stretching and like moving their body, the better they will sleep at night, because it'll help with gas. Our baby was very, very gassy. She still is, but she doesn't get like gas pains anymore. But when she first came home, like that first month, tons of gas pains, tons of crying, and that's what wakes them up. So the more you can get your baby to lay down in their play gym and play, like, I mean, they don't really play yet, but they look at everything, they're getting stimulated, they're moving their arms and legs a little, they're doing tummy time, it just kind of releases that gas so that it can like go and their body can like learn and build those muscles to literally pass gas. Okay, next I want to talk about some products from the brand Momcozy. So this video is actually in collaboration with Momcozy, but it was interesting when they reached out to me because I had literally just placed a Momcozy order. So when I was pregnant, that was the pregnancy pillow I went with, and I also got a few other pregnancy related things from Momcozy, and I'm still using that pregnancy pillow. Not to cuddle now, but as support when I'm breastfeeding in my bedroom. I just really like it. A product specifically that I want to talk about from Momcozy is their breast pump. I love the case. The first time around when Violet, my first, was a newborn, I used just the free one from the hospital, like that my insurance gave me, and it was a nightmare. I hated it. Like, no milk came out, and I have a ton of milk, so it was just weird that no milk was really coming out. And I had an oversupply both times around, so it was just not a good experience. But I want to talk about my experience with this one, the Momcozy Mobile M9 breast pump. And the first time I used it was with Violet's pediatrician. So I posted this on Instagram. This is actually a really nice thing that I had. I know not all moms have this experience, but this was really nice that I had this. My pediatrician does come to your house the first like 3 visits when you have a newborn, because she knows, mom, like, we can't be getting baby in the car and doing all that when we're in so much pain and when we're still healing. Anyway, my pediatrician comes to your house, and she did ask me to pump, and she like sat here with me while I did. By the way, it looks like this, so everything can be nice and organized, and you could bring this to work, you could do this in the car, you could do this on the airplane, travel, literally anytime. Eloise, when she came out of me, I told the story in my birth vlog, she just went right on the boob and just started sucking. Like, she sucked for an hour. And we got home from the hospital, and I couldn't wait to talk to the pediatrician about it. She's Violet's pediatrician as well. We've built a relationship, and she was like, how's breastfeeding going? And I was like, really good. And she was like, when was the last time you fed? And I was like, you know, and I told her the time, and she was like, that was 4 hours ago. So I was like, oh, and Eloise was just sleeping a lot that first 2 days she came home. And so she was like, wake her up, like, let's put her on the boob. And she would not feed. So she was like, you know what, Sam, I think you should pump. And I was so grateful I had this Momcozy pump with me. I do have the Momcozy bags as well. I'm not a great planner, so if you're like me and like everything that needs to be plugged in is always dead, what you'll like about this is just 12 minutes on the charger and it's charged. Like, I love that because my husband literally always says, yeah, you forgot to charge this, you forgot to charge that. This is like perfect for someone like me. And then the silicone actually fits to your breast. It's comfortable, it doesn't hurt. I've heard people say that pumping hurts, and I don't know, my first day is when my boobs were the most sore, and this did not hurt at all. And like, say you are on a Zoom meeting, or say you are in an office setting, this is really discreet. Like, nobody will know you are pumping. So I really like that. So if you guys are looking for a breast pump, I would go with this. I would go with something discreet, easy, not a lot of pump parts. And I do have a discount code for you guys if you do want to check out the Momcozy M9 breast pump. So while I have you here talking about some Momcozy products, 2 other products I want to talk about from the brand is the Momcozy Elite Baby Kit. Everyone needs to put this on their registry. This is like, I wish I had this with my first daughter, because I was just so obsessed with like, gotta get a grooming kit, gotta get a thermometer, gotta get everything. You need this kit. So let me show you everything that's in here. This kit comes with everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. The first thing we used when we got home from the hospital was the thermometer. My daughter had a cold. It was not ideal. It was like, I want to say the first 2 weeks of Eloise being home. My daughter was still in preschool. Now we're on summer break, thank gosh, but it was like the end of preschool, and she had like a little low-grade fever, and we were just like, ugh. My second most used item, baby nail file. It looks like this, and it has all the different settings for youngest to oldest. So we'll be able to use this for a long time, not just like for when she's a newborn. It has a gel pack that you can use hot or cold and put around their belly. It also has stuff for the bath, a hairbrush. I used this morning. Eloise already has her first knot. And then my last favorite product is the Mom Cozy baby monitor. So this does not use Wi-Fi, which is really what I wanted. I did not want one that uses Wi-Fi. I also didn't want one that you needed to use an app with. It's something like this that you could carry around the house with. See, look at me. And then it does come with 2 cameras, so it looks like this. One you can have mounted over the baby's crib or bassinet, and then another one that sometimes we just bring around. Now let's talk about sleep. I want to talk about our sleep sack and our bassinet. So we did go with the Snoo again, and speaking of Wi-Fi, I actually don't use the app. I don't use anything like that. We manually use the Snoo, or we don't even turn it on. But this way she is strapped in. I don't have to worry about her rolling over. If you're unfamiliar with the Snoo, it basically will rock the baby to sleep. It was a game changer with our first daughter. Like, we loved it. We were getting like 8 hours of sleep really early on. She was sleeping, everything was really good. And then with Eloise, she didn't like it when she first came home. I tried it with it on, I tried it with it off, just using it as a normal bassinet, unplugged and all of that. Then when she was around like 2.5 weeks, she started doing the witching hour, if you guys know what that is. Basically where babies just cry at night, like around like dinner time, so like 5 p.m. And I was reading that it could be a developmental thing. Like, obviously, yes, your baby could be hungry or overstimulated or tired, but I was also reading that it could be a developmental thing, that babies will do this. And so once she started doing witching hour, my husband noticed that if he put her in the Snoo and turned it on, and it's a very light, gentle back and forth, that it calmed her down. And then I would take her out of it and feed her, and then she would nurse and she'd be so calm and then do her normal night routine. And as we started getting her more comfortable with the Snoo, now we turn it on at night, and then when she first is falling asleep, it rocks her to bed, it gets her in like this peaceful state, and then I turn it off so that she doesn't get used to it. So that's how I personally use the Snoo, and I use it with this swaddle. My husband ordered every swaddle when we got home. After she was waking up every 10 minutes, he was like, okay, we gotta figure something out. So he went on Amazon and ordered all the most popular ones. And we had a feeling she was gonna like the arms up one, because that's just how she always was in my ultrasound videos. And like when she came home from the hospital, she always wanted her arms up, and still does. He bought all these sleep swaddles, and this ended up being the best. I own 3 of them now because one's always in the wash. We cannot go to sleep without this swaddle. She absolutely loves it. So those are our 2 sleep like must-haves, the Snoo plus the arms up swaddle. Let's talk about Eloise's evening routine. So the bath, the lotion, all of that. So the bath, I went with this one, just something really simple this time around. With my daughter, I had like this big one that had the weight and had all this stuff. I went really simple this time around. I think it's called Angel Care. Everyone falls into a different camp when it comes to this. We fall into the camp of, you have to take a bath every single night. We just do. It's just the way we are. Like, even if we come home from a long flight and we're traveling, you're getting in the bath. My 4-year-old is almost never sick, so I feel like there's something to it. Everyone do what works for you. We don't always use soap, I'll say. So if you're worried about your kid's skin drying out or anything, I use a bath filter, and I don't use soap every single time. We don't even wash hair every single time, but you have to just like rinse off the day before you go to sleep. So anyway, my girls take a bath together, and it's really, really cute. It's like a great way for them to bond. When she gets out of the bath, lotion. So something I learned from my pediatrician is you want to put lotion on your baby when they are still damp, like when they're still a little bit wet, and that's how you're gonna lock everything in. So Eloise has struggled with a food sensitivity to something in my milk, and the way it manifested was her skin. Like she started getting really itchy skin on her face, like all these bumps, not baby acne, like eczema. So this was her recommendation, is first you want to do an ointment, like something that has like the texture of like Aquaphor or Vaseline. And so we use Calendula ointment, which you can find at Whole Foods. And then I lock it in with a cream, and I use Tubby Todd, which is all over TikTok. That was late night scrolling of what works for bumps, and everybody was like raving about Tubby Todd, so I had to get it. I did have it with my first daughter, but she didn't have any skin issues, so I didn't buy it again for Eloise because I was like, I don't know if I really even needed that Tubby Todd stuff. I did, and it's amazing, as everybody says. So those are the two things she gets every single night: PJs and her sleep sack, and then she's in the snooze. So she knows all of her evening like cues that it's bedtime. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.